Hi there and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about methods in C#, what they are, how to write them, and we're also going to see other concepts related to them like parameters, arguments, return values, and more. So let's just get into it. A method is just a unit of code designed to perform a specific task. Methods are also called functions, and they're a key part of keeping the code structured, efficient, and readable. So firstly, when writing a method, we need to start by writing the method signature. The method signature starts by writing the return value of the method. Void is the return value when the method doesn't return a specific data. So the method may print something out of the console or do some specific task, but it will not return a specific data type. And then we write the name of the method, which basically tells us what the method does. In C#, the name of the method is written using Pascal case. Pascal case is this naming convention where the first letter of each compound word is capitalized. If we were using camel case, the first word would be in lowercase. And then we write the parentheses, and inside curly braces, we write the definition of the method, which is basically what the method does. And in this case, I'm just writing something out. I'm just printing something out of the console with this console.writeLine method. Just something like hello, for example. And this is how we write the method, but if we would run the project here, we would not see anything printed out of the console. For a method to be executed, we need to call it. This we can do before or after we define the method, and how we do it is by just writing the method name and the parentheses. And of course after that this semicolon. If I run the program now, we should see hello printed out of the console. Sometimes the method may need to get some information into it, so we need to input some data in the method. And how we do it is by writing parameters in the method. So inside the parentheses, we define firstly the data type that the method needs to get, and then like string, and then we give a name to it. Basically just like variables. I'm just going to use this variable here when we print the message out of the console by just writing plus here, and the same variable, and the value. And the value of this parameter is specified by us when we call the method. Here inside this print name line here, inside the parentheses, we need to write a string. And what this is called an argument. So the value we give for the parameter when we call the method. Like Ben or something. And if I run the program here, we should see hello Ben in the console. A method can have multiple parameters. Let me just have an integer here as well. I'm naming it, I don't know, like age. And I will just change a bit what we print out of the console. So it's like a sentence, like name, plus a string like is, plus this age variable. And this now we also need to specify an integer argument when we call the method. Some value like 21 or so. If I run the program here, we should see Ben is 21. What we'll see now is we'll see what default parameters are. So sometimes when we can give to a parameter a default value. Let's say, for example, we're handling here people of an age like 21. And we can give it the parameter here with an equal sign. We can give it a default value. So in this case, we do not have to specify the age variable when we call the method. We don't need this as an argument. And if I run the program now, we should see Ben is 21. So the age is by default 21. But if we would want to change the default value of it, we can just input here when we call the method another value. And the age now will have the value of 30. We'll see also now the named argument. when we call the method, if we do not specify the arguments in the correct order, it wouldn't work. Let's say we define first an int argument and then a string argument. The order is not correct, but if we do not want to remember it, we can specify it manually here, to which parameter it relates to with these key value pairs like h, colon, and then 30. And we can do the same thing for this other argument, so the name of a variable, colon, and then the string. So by using these named arguments, we don't have to memorize which parameters comes first or second, and we can just specify them manually there. I'm just gonna delete this part here, and until now, as we saw, we have only handled void methods that do not return a specific value. But methods can return different values, like integer, double, boolean, or something, or anything. And we'll do this by writing int, firstly, in the method signature, and then the name of the method. I'm just having two integer parameters here. And inside the curly braces, then you just return x plus y. So this method returns an integer, which is the sum of the two parameters. If I would call the method here, this get sum and two integers. If I run the program, we shouldn't see anything actually in the console, because this method only returns a value, it doesn't print it out of the console. And how you can see its value is either by writing this getSum method inside the console.writeLine method, but usually for the code to be more readable, we usually store the value of the method inside another variable. Let me just delete this. I'm creating a result integer variable, and then I can simply just print out to the console this result variable. It's more easy on the eye, and you understand what you are doing better. I'm gonna delete these lines here. So let me just define here a string method, which returns a string. I'm naming it getName. I'm just giving it a string parameter here of name. And I'm just making the method only to return this name. And for us to actually see what the method returns, I'm just creating a variable here to store what the method returns, like a string result variable. And we write here the method, we call the method here with this getName, and we need a string as an argument, like Kim. If we just print out this variable now to the console, should be able to only see this name, the string that the method returns. So these were the basics of methods in C#, the main concepts and terms that you would need while working with them. We will also see methods later on as members of classes, but this was it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for the upcoming videos.